Good morning, everybody. We are officially back in the studio. It has been quite the hiatus from the Morning Joe, mostly just because we've been super busy working on some software projects, hiring a bunch of people, trying to handle the client load, onboarding new team members, putting out a new Truewiki course, continuing to stay up with content. So it has been a little bit of a madhouse around here lately, but we are back. We will be running these Morning Joes probably 3 days a week. We're thinking probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every week. We might shift that to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We're working on the official schedule, but we are back. We will be here 3 times a week, every week until the end of time. I am Dr. With me is at least one of my dogs is in the frame. The other one is outside the frame. They may bark. I cannot guarantee they won't. But today's agenda. So we're actually going to update the format of this show a little bit. We're actually going to do a couple things each show. We're going to go into kind of inner workings at Macrosync, give you guys a kind of heads up on all the cool projects that we are doing. We're also going to cover any new content that has come out in the last week or so. Kind of give brief synopses of those. And then also we're going to do kind of a nutrition news segment. So we'll kind of scour the nutrition science world and review an article, kind of boil it down to its most simple ideas and deliver it to you so you can have your daily nutrition information. So up first, we do finally, after much back and forth, we do have a test version of the app. We will be taking beta testers in a couple weeks. I wanted to do it about a month or two ago, but we just got waylaid with some other projects, so this kind of had to take a back burner. But I do officially have a Macrosync app on my phone. So here it is. It actually works on a phone. You have access to the calculator right on your phone, so you don't have to go onto a computer. So you can actually just pull it up. You have access to the media. So all of our videos actually render right in there. All of our podcasts, the audio actually renders right in there. So if you don't want to listen to it on iTunes, you want to pull it up in our app, everything is right here. So that is video and audio. We're building kind of our own social media community platform in there. It's maybe a little hard for you guys to see. I'll send some screenshots into the group today. But yeah, so we're going to have a community, kind of a social media feed. We will have a forum. So if you guys have, we have all these questions in the group, but we're going to use the forum in the app to have a little bit more of just like structure around, FAQs and stuff like that. So we will have kind of an online discussion board. We'll also have a news feed. So you guys will have your own personal news feed that you can actually keep up to date with all the things going on with the Macrosync community. Another thing is we have the new Truewiki actually available in our app. So you can go in, you'll even be able to search it. This renders very similar to the web in terms of like functionality. So you can actually use the search bar. You can look up everything that you want in there. And the last piece on the app is you can order merch, gear. You can order all of our stuff right through the phone. So that's pretty easy. It'll work very similar to our web store. So all you got to do is go in. Like if I want this super sweet Macrosync hooded zip hoodie, or I want this one that says I'd rather be at the gym. I'm gonna buy that. Let's see. There it is. Pick a color. I like white. I'm gonna pick a double XL because I'm so swole. Not really. I probably need a medium. And I can add to cart and I can check out, and you can even get some points. So that's how that works. You can even contact Macrosync support directly through the app. So we're hoping that this app will kind of be your like go-to every day. You'll be able to go to the Facebook group every day, and then you can go into the Macrosync mobile app and access all of our content. Eventually, we will have some client-specific areas in there. That's a little bit bigger project, but we do have all of our content essentially accessible on our mobile app. So you'll be able to access that whenever, wherever, however you want. Carrie said, good morning. Good morning, Carrie. It's nice to have you here. I don't know where you're located, but it's probably, if you're Hawaii, it's 4 a.m. If you're my time, 7 a.m. If you're East Coast, it's 10 a.m. And if you're overseas, let's say London, I think probably 4 in the afternoon, something like that. So, good morning. All right. So next updates, marketing updates. So we have hired a new chief marketing officer for Macrosync. We will be announcing them. I think what is today? We'll be announcing them a week from today. So they start a week from today. We will make some announcements. They are going to be taking over our email marketing, our Facebook marketing, helping us work on the website, doing all the things that marketing people do. So hopefully you guys see some improvements on that stuff, because I am not a professional marketer by training. So you guys should see some pretty cool stuff come out of that. And we're very excited to have them on board. The person we hired comes with a pretty cool experience and background and education, and has also actually been kind of a member of our community for about a year or so. So it's very cool to be able to put out a job posting and actually get somebody who is one of your own who's applying. So that's pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that. Next on the agenda, we have nutrition news. So one of the things that we've been, talking a lot about over the last year, and I'm going to do a lecture for our Truewiki course, which we did launch our Truewiki course. So if you have not signed up, this is where you need to go. Go sign up for our Truewiki course, and you can actually get access to 6 full modules of nutrition education. So the topic that we're going to talk about here briefly is metabolic adaptation. We've been talking about that a little bit lately. So this really has to do with the idea of kind of survival mode. We kind of hear this idea that, hey, if you don't eat enough food, your body goes into survival mode and you won't lose weight. So we've talked about this a lot. We've reviewed a lot of studies. But there's another paper that just came out. It was published in May of 2020 and then was actually released in the September issue of the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And it's titled, I'm going to see if I can just share my screen here real quick. Metabolic adaptation is not a major barrier to weight loss maintenance. So basically this study, they looked at really over a period of weight loss and 1 to 2 years of follow-up, was the level of adaptation to their resting metabolic rate really that important for determining whether people gain or lost weight? So this is what the full paper looks like. And if you we can zoom in here a little bit. Let's see if I have the ability to zoom in. There we go. So the paper, this is kind of where the big chunk of the information is. But really, here's kind of the takeaway. This was done primarily in women, I believe in only women. It said metabolic adaptation at the level of resting metabolic rate. So what we think about metabolic adaptation is minimal when measurements are taken under conditions of weight stability and does not predict weight regain up to 2 years of follow-up. So basically, if you take people and you have them lose weight, and then you look at the change in their resting metabolic rate, does that change how much weight they lose? And then does that predict how much weight you regain after you stop dieting? And really, the kind of crux of this paper is right here. And what we see is, at 1 year and 2 years post follow-up, your level of metabolic adaptation doesn't really appear to dictate or predict or, really play a major difference in whether you're gaining weight back after you finish dieting. So this idea of metabolic adaptation, we really need to kind of understand the limitations of what that means and how we kind of interpret that in terms of like, hey, is this something that we really need to be super worried about? Or is this just kind of a phenomena that occurs, but we can override with, making sure we're consistent, making sure we have high levels of NEAT, and those things. So metabolic adaptation, small changes in resting metabolic rate can occur during dieting. It's not something we really worry about because in most people, it's not super measurable. It doesn't really dictate whether you gain or lose weight. And it definitely doesn't dictate whether you're going to regain weight after you're done dieting. So that's it. This is the Morning Joe. I will see you guys probably tomorrow and then probably on Monday or Tuesday. So I'll see you guys later. I'm Dr. Brad. I am out of here. let's